I'm back finally. Weekly uploads are also back. I apologize for the lack of uploads. I've got multiple videos scheduled to release in the next weeks as well. Today's video is going to be about the Fantastic Four because I wanted to make a video about the trailer, analyzing the trailer when that came out ages ago, and I ended up starting to make it and then scrapping the video. So that's why there's a post on my channel about it, and it's just nowhere to be found. So yeah, let's just get right into that. Alright, so this, I don't really, like, I've never made a review like this before, so this might be a bit messy, but I've put down some notes that I'm going to be going off of, about what I've liked about the movie and what I didn't like, and then I'm going to go over what I'm going to rate the movie out of 10. So, first of all, what I really liked about the movie was how the civilians were depicted in this universe. I thought they showed everyone working together really well. Everyone was really optimistic, hopeful. You know, like when Reed came up with that plan where everyone needs to save energy so that he can have enough power to transport the entirety of Earth somewhere safer. Everyone just went along with it straight away. The entire world, everyone just went along with it, and I love that. It's so obvious that this is a separate universe, because I don't think this would have worked in the MCU. Like, for example, in Spider-Man No Way Home, everyone turned on Peter so quickly when he got criticized, and I guess people turned on the Fantastic Four pretty quickly as well, but all they had to do was explain themselves and people understood, whereas in No Way Home, I don't think anyone would have understood if Peter tried to say anything. I really like that. I thought this universe felt like something special, felt like something different, and it did actually feel like a separate universe. It did not feel like 616, and I think that's because of the civilians. They played a pretty big role in this movie. They weren't just kind of there for the sake of being there. They were actually a pretty big part of the movie, I'd say. Like, they literally ended up helping in the final plan to stop Galactus. So yeah, they were one of my favorite parts. I would say civilians and just the entire universe as a whole, just the vibe of the universe. I think this links into the soundtrack as well. It all sounds really hopeful, positive, and I love that. My second thing that I love is Johnny and Ben's friendship in the movie, because in the previous movies, I felt like Johnny was kind of just almost bullying Ben. Like, I didn't really like it. Like, I thought it was really funny, but in terms of them, they're supposed to be very close and stuff, and I think they portrayed that better in this new movie, where they've still got some banter going on, but you can clearly tell they love each other. Like, for example, that one scene where the power goes out because they've got like a curfew now to save the power, and Ben couldn't shave his beard because his shave ran out of battery, it got fried. And then Johnny made fun of it at first, and then he told him, like, a beard will actually look good on you though. And then he actually rocked a beard and it looked amazing on him. So I love that type of stuff. It's just small details, but it works. They're like brothers, and that's what their friendship is supposed to be. So they feel like they actually really support each other, and they've also still got that funny banter in there. It's a good mixture of both, the perfect mixture, I'd say. Third thing is also how cinematic this movie feels, and what I mean by that is not just the action, but the action did feel amazing, but it could literally just have been a random moment in New York City, and it would have just looked so cinematic. Like, I get it, it's a movie, it's supposed to look cinematic, but I just loved it, and I think that also linked into my first point about how this universe did actually feel like a separate universe, and all the cinematic shots helped on that. I don't really know how to describe it. I feel like if you watch the movie, you know what I mean. I guess what I'm trying to say is the cinematography is really good for this movie, and I really like it. That's kind of all I've got to say about that. It's not a crazy big point. My next point is also that I really like the story as well. I wasn't just there for the action. I loved the story. I thought the story was really unpredictable, which surprised me. A lot of the time I thought I knew where the story was going, and it just did not go that way. Like, when we think that the Fantastic Four are going to teleport away, right? They're going to teleport the entire Earth away somewhere safe from Galactus, and then you've got like, this whole countdown and everything, and all of a sudden Silver Surfer runs through all of them, destroying them instantly, and they don't have a backup plan. They have to come up with something else. But that moment felt like the end of the movie. It felt like we were finally going to figure it out. That's what the plan was, and it just got destroyed so quickly. I didn't expect it. And also, when Galactus was quote unquote defeated and he ended up coming back through the portal, and then Silver Surfer obviously knocked him through again, that was also really cool, I thought. Again, just unpredictable. I love that type of stuff. You think you know what's going to happen, and then boom, the movie surprises you in a cool way. And the humor in this movie as well, I thought was like actually funny, which you don't really see anymore in Marvel movies that much. The humor sometimes feels very forced, and sometimes it doesn't even feel funny. In this, I thought the movie felt really natural, and a lot of the time I did actually see myself laughing at the movie finally. I don't see that every day for a Marvel movie, unfortunately. That's all I gotta say about the humor. It's like I feel like it shouldn't be something that you gotta even point out, but nowadays you do. And the last thing I want to talk about is, I mean, I might mention some other stuff if they just pop into my mind. Again, I'm just going off some notes. But the post-credit scene for this movie, I really liked it. I don't think Doom looked that crazy, but you know, it's just a teaser. It's not supposed to be anything insane, right? But it did get me really excited for Doomsday. Seeing Doctor Doom, which like, even though it's not technically confirmed, it's pretty obvious he's from the Fantastic Four's dimension. You saw Latveria, or however you pronounce it, in the movie. Why would you even put that in the movie if you're not trying to say Doctor Doom exists? My theory is that this guy's just been watching over the Fantastic Four or something. Maybe we'll get like a montage in Avengers Doomsday of Doctor Doom just spying, just there in the background watching the Fantastic Four as they become heroes and despising them for whatever reason. I think that would be really cool, some sort of montage to show his hatred for the Fantastic Four. But yeah, that post-credit scene got me really excited with Richard. Oh, here's something that just came to my head. The pacing for this movie. Now, I heard some people say that they thought the intro was a bit slow. I completely disagree with that. I actually think the intro was really well. Act 2 was really well, specifically talking pacing. And Act 3 felt a little bit rushed. I felt like this is now I'm going into my problems with the movie, which isn't a lot, but I felt like Galactus was a bit nerfed in this movie. Like, for example, at the end when Sue's just pushing him, doesn't the dude have telekinetic powers? So how is he just getting pushed around? I just didn't understand it. I was like, surely he'd be able to do something, right? This massive guy that's been getting hyped up this entire movie to be this insane threat, and this is what happens. I don't know. It felt kind of weird. It's just it's a small problem I have with the movie. It didn't ruin the movie in any way for me, but I kind of wish he was more of a threat. I guess I wish he did more in the movie. Now he did still, absolutely slam the Fantastic Four. They tried to do so much to him, and it was like nothing. They literally set him on fire, and the dude did not care. So that was pretty funny. Him stretching Reed like that was pretty funny as well. But I wish he did more. I guess. What if they can't defeat him, and then that's when Silver Surfer comes in? Pretty much what happens in the movie, right? But what if she came in earlier and helped them, and you actually saw Galactus doing stuff? I think he should have done more, pretty much. What I also had a problem with was I felt like Reed only really used his powers in natural ways, like he stretched his arm to write on the board. But in terms of action, he did use them in cool ways, like he just slingshotted himself at the start of the movie, fighting against those monkey things. But I don't know, he didn't really use his powers that much. He mainly just used them like for parkour and stuff like that, which was cool to see, but I wish we saw him do something crazy. I feel like they're saving that for Doomsday though, or for Secret Wars, who knows. And that's actually it. Those are literally my only problems with the movie, because as I said, I really like this movie and I do not have many problems with it. The story was good, it was unpredictable, it was fun, it was emotional at the end. It didn't make me cry, but it was still, it got me a tiny bit emotional when Sue, died, well, supposedly, and then she gets revived. I mean, bro, I think we can all agree this is the best Fantastic Four movie we've ever gotten. And I'd even go as far as to say the movie for me is a 10 out of 10. Because I know that I've listed some problems, but these are tiny nitpicks that I can look past. So for me personally, this is a 10 out of 10 movie. Another thing is I really like the comic references in the Fantastic Four movie. When we saw the blob guy, the guy that he fights in like the first Fantastic Four comic, or one of the first ones. I think the first one is Moorman, and Moorman makes a big appearance in this movie as well, which is really cool. But they fight this blob thing, and I completely forgot his name. Let me know in the comments if you can remember it. But I really liked seeing stuff like that. I thought it was really cool, and I was not expecting to see villains like that in the movie, because it didn't feel like they were important when you're dealing with Galactus. But obviously they did like a montage of them becoming the Fantastic Four, and that was really cool. Let me know what you think about the Fantastic Four movie in the comments. Let me know what you've thought of my review, if you agree with what I said, or if you think I got some things wrong, and I'll see you guys next week.